It started with those 5 words, whispered across the polished mahogany of the cruise ship's formal dining room, under the glare of crystal chandeliers that caught every flicker of humiliation. "No space for you, Dad." My son, Alex, said it with a practiced smile, his hand gesturing casually to the empty corner table like he was offering me a consolation prize. The room hummed with the chatter of 200 strangers, couples in evening gowns, families toasting vacations, but in that moment, the world narrowed to the sting of his indifference. I stood there, 71 years old, suit pressed sharp as a knife edge, feeling the weight of every dollar I'd poured into this floating dream. $54,000 for Unity, for healing the fractures that had spiderwebbed through our family since my wife, Laura, slipped away 5 years ago. Breast cancer, relentless and unforgiving, leaving me in a house echoing with her absence. But this was no accident of fate. This was betrayal, cold and calculated. And as I turned away, the rage simmered low in my gut, building like a storm over the Atlantic. I wasn't just an old man anymore. I was William Hayes, retired plumber from Newark, New Jersey, a man who'd spent 40 years unclogging the messes of others. And now, I'd unclog my own life, starting with cutting off the leak that was my son. Let me take you back. Not to the beginning, but to the quiet rot that led here. I'm William, the kind of guy who fixes things with his hands, pipes, drains, the underbelly of houses where problems hide until they flood everything. Calluses like badges, knuckles scarred from wrenches slipping in tight spaces. Laura used to kiss those hands, call them my working miracles. She was the heart of us. Gone too soon, leaving me with a pension of $2,500 a month and a savings nest egg from selling my small plumbing business, $680,000. Tucked away for family, I told myself. For emergencies. For Alex. The house in Newark felt like a tomb after her 4 bedrooms. Her quilts still folded on the shelves. Her herb garden wilting in the backyard because my touch wasn't gentle enough. I'd water it, whisper apologies to the dying basil. But it never bloomed like under her care. Mornings were coffee black as tar, crossword puzzles half finished, calls to Alex that rang into voicemail. "Hey, son. Just checking in. Hope you're good." Cheerful. Always cheerful. Because admitting the loneliness felt like failure. Laura's last words. Her voice frail in that sterile hospital room. "Look after our boy. Will. I promised." God. How I promised. Alex wasn't always this hollow shell of entitlement. As a kid, he'd trail me to job sites, 8 years old with wide eyes, handing me tools and asking why water pressure drops in old pipes. I'd explain patiently, the way my old man taught me logic. Flow. Pressure points. Good years followed, weekends fishing the Delaware River. Giants games where we'd freeze our asses off in the stands. Laura packing thermoses of hot cocoa. I footed his college at Rutgers, $45,000 over 4 years. No complaints. He graduated '07, beaming under that cap and gown while Laura wept happy tears. His first gig at the auto dealership in '09. I co-signed his lease on that cramped apartment in Jersey City. $1,200 a month. Just a boost. Dad. Understood. His wedding to Sarah in '05? $18,000 from me, Laura's idea. Invest in joy. Will. The reception glowed with string lights. Alex looking sharp. Sarah radiant. Then the grandkids, Jake in '07. Emily in '09. Cribs. College funds, $5,000 each time. Every ask. Every crisis. My wallet opened like a reflex. After Laura's death in 2020, the visits dwindled. Too busy. Dad. Texts instead of voices. Sarah's murmur in the background, not this weekend. I kept receipts. Not for grudges, but for reminders of what I'd built. But Jake and Emily? They were the light piercing the fog. Jake, 18 now, engineering bound, drives over every other Sunday, 40 minutes from his mom's place. We tinker in the garage, he's got my steady hands. Asks about Laura. Listens like her stories are gold. Emily, 16, quiet artist. Sends handwritten letters. Sketches of the garden revived in crayon. Grandpa and Grandma's herbs, framed on the fridge. They sense the rift. Jake once muttering over Thanksgiving leftovers, after Alex canceled last minute. Dad talks different about you when you're gone. Emily's letter. Mom says too many visits give you ideas. Ideas like family time being a right, not a favor. January 24th. 2024, Laura's would-be 70th. I sat in the dim living room. Winter dusk swallowing Newark at 4:30. The silence pressing like wet cement. Promises echoed, look after our boy. But what if the boy had become a man who saw me as a spigot to tap? One last try. I decided a family cruise. Like those pre-cancer cabins upstate. Laughter echoing off wood-paneled walls. 12 nights. Caribbean. Timed for spring break. Family suite for 5. Online photos promised balconies. Endless blue. Hands trembling. I called Alex. Booking us a trip. My treat. March sail out. Pause. Breathing on the line. That's big. Dad. Let me run it by Sarah. Week later, we're in. Kids are pumped. Chest loosening. I booked it, 54,000. Savings dipping, but hope surging. Primary holder, William Hayes. Told the neighbor. Old Mrs. Kowalski, family adventure. She patted my arm. They don't know how lucky. 6 months prior. The first crack widened. Alex showed up midweek, unusual. Face gaunt. Unshaven. Dad. Serious talk. Kitchen table. Coffee steaming untouched. Dealership expanding. He said, new lot. Bank balking at history. Cosign or loan the down. 92 grand. Mug nearly slipped. Alex. That's? I know. But this is our future, Jake's tuition. Emily's dreams. Sarah absent, that hit later. Laura's echo, support him. Signed a promissory note. Template from some online legal mill. Transferred the funds September 15th, savings to 588. Hug quick. Doors slamming. Checked county permits 2 weeks on, no expansion filed. Payments? October due. Nothing. Delays. Dad. November. Zilch. Holidays slow sales. December drive to the dealership. Conference. Receptionist lied. Sarah's call that night. You're stressing him. William. Back off. Line dead. January. No dime. Savings at 582 from my draws. Jake visited. Saw me poring over statements. Grandpa okay? Fine. But his eyes, is Dad repaying? Between us. He confessed. Gambling apps, DraftKings. Notifications popping. Cold sweat. 200 grand in holes. Per whispers. March 1st. Pre-departure credit check. Have it from business days. Cruise charge expected. Extra 18.2 for 4 guests. Called the line. 9 total now. Mr. Hayes. Added by secondary holder. Alex. Emergency contact with access. Names. Victor Lang. Elaine Lang. Derek Hale. Monica Hale. Strangers. Cancel? 50% refund. Or sort with him. No. Test the pipe first, see the leak's depth. Port day. Miami heat like a slap. Met them at terminal. Alex's hug performative. Sarah's air kiss cool. Jake and Emily's real. Emily whispering. Missed you. Grandpa. Then the 4, tan Victor shaking hands. Alex raves about you. Sarah, more fun as a group. Folder heavy in my bag statements. Note. Screenshots. Boarded separate, my cabin aft. There's forward. Jake's urgent grip on my suitcase. Talk later? Alone. Text from Alex. Dinner 7 o'clock. Showered. Suited up, Laura's pick. Her cufflinks glinting. Hope fragile as porcelain. Day 1. Breakfast text ignored. Spotted them on Lido deck, laughing cluster. Alex arm around Victor. Waved. Alex averted. Sarah mouthed later. Sat solo. Elderly couple nearby, Harold and Evelyn, nodding sympathetically. Families complicate cruises. Afternoon. Emily text declined, mom's plans. Pool sighting, didn't approach. Evening. Passing suite, door ajar. Victor, after drinks. Present portfolio, he'll bite with family nudge. Sarah, build rapport. Elaine, older marks fold to pressure. Googled, Apex Capital Advisors scams. BBB alerts. Pyramid preying on retirees. Heart hammering. Confront? No. Gauge the flow. Night 1 dinner, wedged between Victor and Elaine. Wine charged to me. Steering, sold your business smart, now optimize returns. 12-15%. Sarah, for the grandkids' inheritance. Fork tight. I played along, I'll consider. Needed them hooked. Morning knock, Emily. Puffy-eyed. Don't sign. Grandpa, they're conning you. Dad's debt's $200K, papers give control. Hug tight, thank you. Voice memoed it. Afternoon deck, Jake. Photos of docs, power of attorney. Trusts pre-filled. You taught fine print. Plan solidified, freeze the flow. Night 2, suited. Folder pocketed. Table center. Visible. Approached head chair, Alex blocked, situation crowded. Try table 64 with your age group. Sarah, not personal. Jake fists clenched. Emily tears. Whispers rippled, 200 eyes. Smiled, enjoy. Walked not to 64. To exit. Past Harold, important call. Behind, Alex hissing. Guest services, manager Sophia Ruiz. Alert. Fraud, unauthorized ads. Office hum, folder out. Stories spilled. Primary holder rights, remove them. Calls, lawyer Ethan Cole, document. Sue for 92. Bank freeze joint account. Credit dispute. Sophia, escort at dawn. 2:30 a.m. Pounding, Alex. Wild. Froze our account. Your scam. Gambling lie. Backed him. Know it all. Rage spilled. You're old, what's the money for? Family. Not theft. Door shut, boundaries. Son. Dawn dock. Grand Cayman. Stood with Sophia. Kids beside. Escort arrived, Alex disheveled. Sarah furious. Coaches protesting. Passengers filmed. Don't. Alex begged. Jake, no. Emily, staying. Security parted grabs. Eye contact, you're no son, calculated betrayal. Walked away. Their pleas fading. How's it feel in the corner? Sweet. Sophia update stranded. No flights. Lawyer, FTC complaint filed. Kids, chose you. Cruise transformed, Jamaica climbs. Cozumel stories. Boundaries taught. Home, kids moved in. Guardianship filed. Alex silent. Fired. Divorced. Garnished. Letter months later, amends. GA meetings. Drawer bound. No regret, peace bloomed. Garden revived. Family chosen. The price? Dignity reclaimed. Leaks sealed forever.